stays working well. When I was doing readings, I think that was just yesterday. No, I think it was the day before. I was doing readings for Patreon and the internet was lagging a lot. So then I had to actually record on my phone and do the whole uploading thing, but that takes hours to get you guys content versus like being done and then it's there. You know what I mean? So I'm really hoping this day is looking good. It looks good so far. But Cancers, hey, welcome to the check-in reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. So for those of you who are new, these are general readings. They're also timeless, so keep in mind they're not going to be for everybody. If it's not for you, that's totally okay. Plenty of readers on YouTube. Just was meant for somebody else. If you have any questions on energy readings or how tarot works, there's a link below for how to interpret tarot readings as a viewer. Okay, so Cancer, let's go ahead and get started. When I was meditating on your energy, I was feeling a dance. Feeling a little bit of like a flow back and forth. But I'll be honest, it doesn't necessarily feel fun. Like, what's a good word for this? It feels a little bit like you're sidestepping somebody, or it's like you're realizing the energies that are around you, the energies you're working with. Yeah, it's like you're kind of having to like dance around them a little bit. It doesn't feel like super negative. It just feels like, ooh, maybe this isn't exactly what I'm be dealing with. Ooh, that didn't really feel good. Like you're sidestepping, you're dancing around energies and possibly people. I do feel like you're going to get to a period of time where you're not going to have to like dance around people, sidestep people. It doesn't feel manipulative in a negative way. It just feels like, oh, that doesn't feel right. Let me just dance this way. Ooh, they just said that. Ooh, let me dance this way. Like it doesn't feel egotistical by any means, but it does feel a little Five of Swordsy. All right, it does feel a little bit like a Five of Swords energy, but I feel like there's going to be a period of time where this is going to stop and you're not going to have to do this whole dancing around people or dancing around a topic. Now, I will say, hold on, my throat's iffy today. And I will say some of you might be doing this just with yourself. Maybe sidestepping some things about yourself that you like don't really want to look at, don't really want to acknowledge, because I also feel a surrender to change. A surrender to a new chapter of sorts, or surrender to change of circumstance, or transforming a situation. Now, like I said, this could be happening just with you, between you and you, with your own stuff, or it could be happening with people you're having to deal with or forced to deal with. It could also be both, because whatever happens internally is kind of going on and reflected in your physical environment, okay? So whether you've been sidestepping some things about yourself, for some of you, I feel like that's almost, what's the word here? It just feels like the way you've always done things. You know what I mean? It's just like patterns of connecting with people, dealing with people, like how you handle certain situations. You know, the way that you handle certain situations aren't always necessarily coming from a very mature place. Don't shoot the messenger, but feeling a little bit reactive. And so I feel like you're being avoidant with yourself, and that's just from like an innate reactive place. Some of you are being avoidant with people or situations, and that's because you've learned to be avoidant with these certain people or situations instead of just kind of dealing with it and being done with it. So that being said, there's a surrender to needing to change those circumstances, change those habits with yourself. For some of you, there is some major circumstance coming to an end, and you're no longer going to do this whole like dancing, sidestepping thing, okay? All right, so Cancer, let's go ahead and get into it. I want to start with, what do I want to start with you guys? We'll do spellcasting. Let's do spellcasting. Any messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Any messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Oh, by the way, happy new moon. I'm filming on the new moon of Sag. Hope you guys are dealing with the energies okay. The new moon actually put me on my ass more so yesterday than today. But hopefully you guys are doing good. Any messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? And there's the Death card. Death in reverse just came out. Not too shocking. Ooh. Okay. Strength, Leo energy. Knight of Wands, Sag, could also be Aries or Leo. Five of Wands, Leo energy there, lots of fire. And then we have the Page of Cups. I feel like this is you trying to control yourself, to be honest. Here's that dance that I'm feeling of like the sidestepping. With especially with Strength and the Knight of Wands, I mean, this is like I'm in control, but I have that power and that activity, that fast-paced energy like a Knight of Wands. So it's like I'm in control. I'm gonna move this way. I'm gonna move that way. I'm gonna avoid this. I'm not gonna address this. It's like, but you're in control of it. With Five of Wands and the Page of Cups coming in after that. Five of Wands, it can be conflict with others, but it can also be internal conflict here. Five of Wands also speaks of fighting over something that's not worth fighting over, like petty arguments or fighting over, like, you know, if you're fighting with other people, you're actually all on the same page. You just don't realize it. With the Page of Cups, I feel this is internal. I do feel like this is internal Cancer. It's like you're in this like dancing control mode of I will avoid this, I will avoid this, I will avoid that, I will avoid that, because there's something that you are having inner conflict about when it comes to truth. Inner conflict of the truth. Whatever this conflict is, there's something about the truth of your emotions, like what you're actually feeling, that you want to avoid. And that's either because it will lead to conflict with others, or you're actually in a tug of war with how you are living versus what you're actually feeling. Like, for example, if you, I'm trying to think like a very like mundane example. Let's say that, you know, emotionally you need a lot of space. Cancers typically need space. But you like live in a household of 10 people. So, but you can't actually like act on your emotions and like and be alone and get space because it conflicts with your environment. So you do this like avoidant thing with yourself or even with other people to avoid that emotional truth and trigger to come up that would eventually cause conflict because you are literally in conflict with what you're feeling versus how you're living. That's actually what I'm getting with this. It could be minor, it could be major. But yeah, this is your own conflict about your own truth here. And then we have, like I said, Death in reverse. This is actually resistant to change, but I feel like you will surrender to this because that's exactly what I was getting in the meditation, that you will surrender to this change of this circumstance here. Yeah, so sorry, they're bringing me back to this avoidance stuff. So again, you're either avoiding acting in your own emotional truth or like sidestepping conversations or situations that trigger that truth because it's in conflict with something in your physical reality. But others of you, I'm also getting this resistance to speak, this resistance to act because it will create conflict or it will initiate some kind of change that you are like, I don't know if I'm ready, I don't know if I'm ready, I don't know if I'm ready. Okay, let's keep going. Any other messages for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter as it pertains to the spread. Ooh, yeah, Cancer, yikes. Eight of Pentacles in reverse coming right on top of Death in reverse. Something hasn't been working, Cancer. With the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, something hasn't been working. And that's where this conflict is lying. Again, I feel like it's literally whatever your feelings are, your emotional needs, your truth, is in direct conflict with something or someone in your physical environment. And so that conflict has led to not feeling in flow. It's led to this feeling of like something can't work or progress, or you can't function very well. Something could be affecting you physically. And that needs to change. It needs to change. We're definitely gonna have a wand. So. King of Swords. Okay, I like that coming in here because I like that coming in here because King of Swords is truth. It's also mastery of the truth and mastery of intellect, mastery of logic and knowledge. Again, it just makes perfect sense. There's a conflict between your emotional needs and your truth versus your physical reality. You just need to have those aligned and you're gonna feel okay. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, Cancer, I think you're just gonna have a moment of like, I can fix this. I don't have to be in this conflict. And I think you're just gonna surrender to that. So after the King of Swords, we get the Sun card. epitome of truth here with Sun and the King of Swords. Also understanding that you can be happy, understanding that there can be a new circumstance here where your emotional needs or wants or your feelings are not in direct conflict with a person or something or someone in your physical environment. It just doesn't have to be that way. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. You can change what doesn't work. Totally in your control to do so, and you will realize this. You will realize this. Overall, we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, see, that conflict is leading to this energy. That direct conflict of your emotions with your physical environment is leading to this. It's leading to the energy of lack or feeling like you don't have what it is you need or want because it's in direct conflict, so you technically don't. Underneath that, we do have the Cancer Court card, Queen of Cups. Ooh, with the Empress in reverse. And Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah, Cancer, it just feels like you feel stunted. You're trying to maintain the sense of control with yourself, literally with yourself, because of this direct conflict with your emotional needs and your own truth. And it's leading you to feel like you're stunted. That you're I'm almost getting like you can't receive. That you're stunted or you're stuck or you can't receive what it is you want to receive. And then for some of you, there's been a little anxiety with this, like struggle with your emotions versus your environment. But that will dissipate with the Nine of Swords in reverse coming in after the Empress in reverse, because you will release this once you accept the truth that this is exactly what's happening and that you have total control of getting out of this like emotional, physical reality conflict. Okay. And again, it could be minor or it can be major. It can be as simple as, I'm trying to think. It's hard to think of examples because it's going to be manifest in very different ways for some of you guys. It can be a relationship. It can be like something in like literally in your home that just doesn't jive with you emotionally. It could even be sleep. Like it could be anything. It could be anything. Only you would know what that is here. But let's look at the Five of Wands. Let's look at that. Let's do Tarot Illuminati. So I have the Five of Wands please for Cancer. Like, honestly, Cancer, you're holding yourself back here. The Cancer men reading, masculine reading, had something similar, but that was way more emotional and that was way more in-depth. This feels a little bit like actually this feels just very logical. I just can't get away from that. Like, oh, that's why I feel kind of held back or stuck. Because literally, there's just this little conflict here. Oh, and I just don't have to exist in that. Tell me about the Five of Wands. Tell me about this Five of Wands energy for Cancer. Yeah, I keep getting this feeling of like you haven't been able to receive. That keeps coming up here. Whether you felt blocked from that by people in your environment or again, that conflict with your physical environment versus emotionally what feels good to you. Or you're just yearning for more because your needs are not getting met. Tell me about Five of Wands. And again, some of you, the way that this is transpiring in your physical environment is that you're actually biting your tongue a lot. And you're repressing yourself a lot, especially your voice. That's for some of you. Tell me about Five of Wands, please, for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Knight of Swords. Funny, I said you're repressing your voice. Here's the voice card. Knight of Swords is all about voicing your feelings and your thoughts. It is a messenger, Gemini energy, and it actually landed on top of the Eight of Pentacles of what doesn't work and what is not functioning. Tell me about the Five of Wands. Yeah, Jesus. Death in reverse. Again, double confirmation. Again, you are repressing yourself. You're repressing yourself from just getting out of this conflict of your emotional needs and whatever's restricting that in your physical environment or whoever. Some of you, it's a person. You're just restricting yourself. Some of you just need to say it. Some of you just need to say it to get the ball rolling, to cause this shift to end the conflict that's restricting your emotional needs, so that you can move into this energy, this beautiful, yummy energy. So Hmm. Knight of Cups in reverse with the Nine of Swords in reverse coming in here. I'm getting deprivation. Yeah, Cancer, you've like literally been suppressing yourself or depriving yourself because of whatever is a part of your physical reality, a job, a household situation, a money situation, a relationship, a habit, a lifestyle choice, whatever it is, it's caused you to deprive yourself emotionally. And you may not have been aware of this, but there's something about this period of time where you're realizing it. And it's like, oh, Jesus. All I had to do was just get rid of that conflict, not do that thing anymore, not live that way anymore, not have that person in my life anymore. That's all I had to do to be like emotionally free and satisfied. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me more about the Five of Wands. Tell me more about the Five of Wands, please, for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Like, Cancer, if you're thirsty, get some water. Like, just stop depriving yourself. Overall, we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Cups in reverse. Ooh, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so some of you, this is an aspect of yourself, like an inner voice, is almost how that's coming across. For those, it was just a battle between you and you. But for those of you where it's like, there's a person in particular in your environment, you're gonna start to see the truth about the situation with this person, if this is an actual individual that's been depriving you emotionally or getting in the way of your emotional needs. There's something not honest about them, almost like they're not like a true Queen of Pentacles. And it could be a mother figure of yours. Queen of Pentacles can be like a motherly energy, or like a matriarchal energy, like someone who's kind of like head of household in a feminine sense, someone who receives a lot. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it's almost like there's instability or missed opportunities because of this individual in your life, especially with that Page of Pentacles, that Page of Cups in reverse, really depriving you of your emotional stability and your emotional needs. Okay, so for some of you, that's revolving around a person that's been getting in your way. But for those of you where this is more about you, an aspect of yourself, your inner voice, you've been depriving yourself emotionally and telling yourself it's okay. It's almost like you have been really focusing on pentacles versus cups. So some of you could have been like work, throwing yourself into work, or throwing yourselves more into like the physical aspects of your life, money, work, fixing things, getting your hands on things, getting your 3D list done, stuff like that. Some of you, I'll be honest, some of this is really focusing on money versus your emotions, and that's led to emotional deprivation. And you haven't been happy even though you've been telling yourself you're happy. Because you need both, right? You need balances of both. Some of you kind of went into this mode as like a retreat is what I'm getting. Almost a little bit of like in wars, they like have like the trumpet or whatever. It's almost like you, like a part of yourself like called you to retreat emotionally. But the truth of it is, we all have emotions, Cancer, and you're a Cancer. You guys got emotions. And it's important to pay attention to that and to honor that, and you haven't been. You haven't been. Whether because you've been trying to maintain something in your physical reality to keep it intact, as in that Queen of Pentacles energy. And so to do that, you had to kind of deprive yourself emotionally and to just maintain it. To maintain it or a relationship. And so you're just like, I can live with this, I can live with this, I can live with this, but your emotional needs have like been screaming to be met. You've been thirsty. You've been dehydrated, Cancer. And it hasn't been working. I do feel like you've been telling yourself it's been working. It hasn't been working. It has not been working. And it's time to shift this, okay? It's time to shift this, and you already know that. You already know that. When you come into accepting it. And like I said, for those of you where it involves around maintaining a relationship with somebody, someone who comes across as a Queen of Pentacles, again, I don't feel like this person's a true Queen of Pentacles. If this is a person that has been creating this emotional conflict within yourself, I don't feel like they're a true Queen of Pentacles, but it's almost like they want to be. Like they want to be catered to like a Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is catered to in the realm of money and work, and also household. Queen of Pentacles is almost like the last step of the queens before you get to Empress status, right? And you've been suppressing your voice in relation to this person because of that. To maintain, but no. No more. No more. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. It's time to break yourself free of that. But let's go ahead and look at the sun. Let's look at the sun. See what's in store for you. Hold on, my lips are chapped. Give me a second. Okay. We'll do crystal visions. Time with the sun. And then we'll do advice. Time with the sun for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What the heck? Okay. Time with the sun. Time with the sun for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Yep, we've got Temperance with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, just her nourishment. Temperance is a card of balance. It's a card of healing. It's a card of like reconciling your own energies, like finding a nice equilibrium within yourself again or within circumstances. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse screams of insecurity, lacking confidence, not really having sustainable living. I almost just feel an unsustainable existence with that. Temperance is coming in here with this new beginning of basically you finding a nice equilibrium and balance again within yourself so that your emotional needs are met, but also your physical reality is in a good standing. You understand what I'm saying? Some of this is literally just balancing between work and emotions. But again, some of you, it's a relationship more so than work or money or what have you. All right. So you're going to have to, decide for yourself how that resonates, but finding your equilibrium again. Time with the sun. Yep, 10 of Wands, because it's too burdensome. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable to have your emotional needs in direct conflict with an aspect of your physical environment. Person, money, work, household, whatever it is in your physical environment. But it's not sustainable. We all have emotional needs that need to be met. Time with the sun. Play more about the sun, please, for Cancer. Chariot, beautiful. Triumph, moving forward, leaving it behind, and it is the Cancer Major Arcana card. On the bottom, we have Magician in reverse, with the 4 of Cups, the Moon. Oh, I like it. 6 of Wands. Oh, look at you using your voice, Cancer. 9 of Pentacles and making some solid decisions here with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. I like it. So again, emotional needs not being met. Not surprising in this 4 of Cups energy. I'm also getting a little bit of like being hard on yourself. Like, again, it's this lack of I can't receive. I can't really have what I want. You're not emotionally happy. And it's interesting because I feel like you've been a little removed from understanding that, of like not being able to manifest what you want, not being to be able to create what you want, being very much stunted in your own energy and in your own growth because of this direct conflict with your emotional needs and whatever's in your physical environment that's in conflict with that. But you will have victory with this. You will. With the Moon, the 6 of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. That Moon to me is, again, it's just that detachment I was getting, like, you've been depriving yourself emotionally, maybe for a long time, maybe not for a long time, but to the extent that you haven't been able to see this about your situation or about yourself, that using your voice towards this person, if it is a person, or just really standing in your truth and then just moving, right? Moving forward in the way you need to move forward so you don't have this direct conflict anymore and just making that decision has eluded you. It's very much possible it's just eluded you up until this point because you're kind of lost in that a little bit. Some of you have even been depressed and not even have realized it. But you will be triumphant. You will be. All right, let's get advice. I'm going to use spell casting for this one, and then we'll wrap it up. Advice for Cancer as it pertains to this spread. for Cancer as it pertains to this spread. Advice for Cancer as it pertains to this spread. Very nice, Cancer. Life purpose. Life purpose is pretty self-explanatory. It's literally what makes your soul happy. What makes you emotionally fulfilled, Cancer? What path, what existence, what kind of reality fulfills this for you? It's just about putting that first. Your physical reality will align if you just focus on your emotional needs. Everything else will start to fall into place, right? That's essentially what it is. What's going to make you emotionally happy? What's going to make you feel fulfilled? Just start living that way. Just start living that way. Even if you're not sure what it will be, just feel your way through it. Take little baby steps. Because whatever is going on in your physical reality right now, that's creating this conflict of like leading to emotional deprivation, it's not working. It's not working. So time to just make it work. Okay? All right, Cancers. I hope you guys got a lot out of that. Don't forget to check out Vimeo and Patreon. Everything else you need is linked below for your convenience. And I hope to see you guys really soon. Have a good night, guys. Namaste.